sponsored by Business IQ, the experts in AI and automation for SMEs. Get in touch with them today by emailing hello@biq-consulting.com and book yourself a call. Thank you to Gareth and the team for their continued support of the channel.
Sing it.
Morning all, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, hang on. Somebody's just messaged me. I need to pick up these messages. It's one of those really crazy times. Oh, that's a lovely message to get. Thank you. Right, good morning all, and welcome back to the other side. I am, of course, Jimmy, and I'm struggling. I am struggling, I have to tell you. So this is not a football related channel, so don't worry. It's not. It's no like concerns about what's happening at Sheffield United or anything like that. Although that does play a part in my mood, I have to say. But I've had toothache since like early or late Friday night, really. So first time since I've been taking Oxford Naturals that since I've it's affected my sleep as my toothache. I haven't had a decent sleep for a couple of nights now. Tried to get in with emergency. I was going to try and ride it out until this morning and try and get a dentist appointment, and then called them up last night. Emergency dentist, because I couldn't bear it anymore. I were up at like 1 o'clock. Just could not. It's really sensitive to hot, to cold. It's chuffing killing me. So I'm booked in now tomorrow with our dentist. So that's earliest I can get. So I've been struggling a little bit with that. That's started my week off, or ended the last week pretty poorly. But it's busy now. It's busy. I hope you're all well. I know a lot of you that join us on this stream are Sheffield United fans, and you will be concerned about what's going off at the club. I don't want to lean too much into football stuff on this channel because that's not what it's for. But it does all sort of link back to what I'm, how I am at the minute as well. So for those that aren't a football fan, we've been linked to a player that we really, really want. A lot of the fans really want, and I've been told by more than one. Very, very good. So if people knew one of the sources, they wouldn't be panicking at all. But again, it's very easy for me to say that, and it's slower than people wanted. I've come on and I had permission to say that it was done, and it's not yet been done, not yet been sort of announced. Sorry, but because of that and things that like the gesticulating in the press like tends to happen with transfers as clubs are trying to get more leverage. It just, well, the abuse that I am receiving for this is unbelievable. I haven't sort of come out there and said it's a breaking news story for RAMBLE. It was a response to what we'd heard. I'd been given the nod to say this is what's happened, and that'll be it now for me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll be putting alt news in Platinum chat still, and if people want to run with it, they can do. But I'm not. That'll be it now. No chance, because I've been at a point up until the last couple of days. I've been at a point where I've been really, really good, and everything's been really positive. I'm losing weight. I stepped on scales this morning. Because of my toothache. Everything's got a silver lining, hasn't it? Because of my toothache, I've not really been eating this weekend at all. Because I can't chew, and I can't, anything hot I put in my mouth, so like soup or ice cream, I can't have. So I've had very, very little to eat, and I've stepped on scales this morning, and I'm at a total loss of 34 pounds now, which is incredible. But obviously it's not the healthiest way of doing it. I've got my brew here with me, but I'm waiting for it to cool a little bit before I have it. So yeah, it's all a little bit up and down. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on and let everybody know that there's no difference for me. I'm very confident in who I talk to and stuff like that. And look, we always say it's never a cert till they're holding the shirt, and by some miracle, things could all explode like things have happened previously, and I will look daft, and that's the risk you take. But that's why I won't be doing it anymore. I don't think it's right. I think I do everything in good faith, and just want to sort of be open with people with what I'm hearing. But that'll be reserved for Platinum Ramblers, I think, now, going forward. I think that's easiest way to do it. Anyway, moving on from that, no more football chat from me on this stream. We are back tonight on 3 Mardy Blitz. I'm certainly not burying my head on anything. I'm not going on X, I'll tell you that for now, but I'm not burying my head on anything. We'll be live in the chat on 3 Mardy Blades tonight. Myself, Dave the Nose, and Bald and Brilliant Lee will be back. Then we've got Your Call, which is a Ramblers only phone-in show directly after that. So looking forward to those tonight. I'm just thinking about what I've got to do next this week, really. So yesterday, I spent a significant amount of time preparing, I think it was 45 watch-along thumbnails for now that the schedule's out for the championship. So for the Jimmy Smith EFL channel, there's 45 watch-alongs that I've identified that we can do up to Christmas. So I've done all of those, or more or less all of those. I need to put the players in. They're all prepped. I then need to send them all to YouTube and get them fired up as proper things close to the time, obviously, because they need to be relevant in what I'm putting in the description. So that's that I've been on with. What else? I'm scatterbrained because I'm all over the place. I'm hoping to record with Ben HD today for some content for Jimmy Smith channel as well. You know, we've got 3 Mardy Blades tonight. We've got Your Call. I'm also working on something else for Ramblers in the background that not all of them will necessarily be interested in, but I think some of them will be really interested in. So we're going to try it anyway. Tomorrow, I've got an action coach board meeting, which is like it's the old peer group, but we're now meeting in person once a month. So I've got that 9 while 12 in Sheffield tomorrow. Then I'm straight onto the gym after that. Following the gym, I'm at the dentist. Thank the Lord. Get this sorted. Pull these things out of my mouth. I'll be recording at the gym, so I need to then edit me gym short down as well. Wednesday, we're back in person at Cal's house for proper football. I think then, Lee, if you're watching, I think we've got a countdown to kick off for Mansfield on Wednesday or Thursday. We can do it either day, to be honest, because it's a Sunday night job, isn't it? But we've also got Transfer Tracker on Friday, I think. So on Thursday, it's back at the gym. I'll be also doing some other little bits in and around. All this time, by the way, obviously, we're expecting Sheffield United to announce transfers. So I have to be ready to go like that as well. And whenever you do a ramble or something on Jimmy Smith channel, I then have to upload it as a podcast, which is all part of the post-production stuff. I have to chop it up into shorts as well and publish it on different, or schedule it as well to go out on different platforms. What else? On Friday, then I've got Mrs. Ramble back working with me Friday. So I'll be sat with her going through a few bits because it's been a while since she's been in the flow of stuff. She did loads last week. I'm delighted to have her back with us because it's very much needed. Hot off the presser, I think may return on Friday. I've got it penciled in because I assume he's going to do a press conference pre-Mansfield, and if he does, then we'll be here to give you it. I've got Transfer Tracker penciled in for Friday night, but in fact, I think that's the only place it can go. Then, watch along of Borough v Wrexham, Carabao Cup. That's myself and Jord. That's on Jimmy Smith EFL. Then on Saturday, watch along of West Ham v Portsmouth. That's also in Carabao Cup on Jimmy Smith EFL. Then it's 3 Mardy Blades on Saturday night this week. So Monday tonight. Then on Saturday, because our game's on a Sunday and 90 after 90 will move to 90 after 90 will move to the Monday night, which means we can't have Mardy Blades on the Monday night, so we're moving the Mardy Blades forward. And then on Sunday, it's the watch-along of Mansfield v Sheffield United, our first competitive game of the season, where we hope and expect new players to be involved. Then we'll do the fallout, which is my post-match reaction. Then we'll do the manager reaction to talk about his post-match interview. So that is so far this week what we have in. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a little bit of what we've got going on. What else have I got? I'm sure I've got other stuff going on in the background. Oh yeah, I'm building something for Platinum Ramblers, all Ramblers to be fair, in the background. Again, I'll once that's closer to fruition, I'll announce that. Might be on your call tonight if I get it done, but there's all sorts of stuff I need to do. Anyway, that's by the by. So I'm a little bit, as you can probably tell, because I'm very tired as well. I didn't wake up till about 10 o'clock this morning, which is not like me at all. But it's because I didn't get to sleep till late because of my tooth. So yes, that's where we are. That's where we are, mate. See what I mean? See what I mean? So hope you're all good. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Morning, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well. Busy week of transfers with any luck. Exciting week for the Blades. That's exactly what I'm expecting, pal. Exactly what I'm expecting. Ross Stewart to Swansea. Morning. Just had my morning coffee. Game day. Let's go. Have a good day, Jimmy. Thank you, mate. You too. Yeah, Ross Stewart to Swansea. I've seen that as well. Must be playing time that he's after. Must be, and you have to admire that, don't you? Morning, pal. Says Jamie Dumpling. Never liked Russell Martin. Always called him a PE teacher, like Pedersen. So for those that don't get the context, again, we're not trying to talk too much football in these streams, but Russell Martin's the Leicester manager. He's the club that we're trying to buy the player off. He says that no, what's happening. That's expected. Let's just say that's expected from a manager of a selling club. Morning, Jim. Hope you're well, mate. Let's hope we get some good news this week. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, I think we will, pal. Russ says, morning, mate. Watch this with a cuppa to distract myself from the Twitter meltdown regarding transfers. Does not surprise me one bit. Gaz Dunn, the man in black, says, morning, Jimmy. Hope you're well. Busy weekend. Just gone with training camp, but holiday Thursday for 10 days, so can't wait. Thank you for all your help with the new ref channel. No problem, my mate. So Gaz is also going to be joining us on the Jimmy Smith channel for a ref show, GAR, Gaz assistant referee. And we are going to be going through maybe like the top decisions or the top controversies or whatever it might be, or even praising the ref for doing the right thing in certain circumstances of that EFL weekend. So we'll be starting that when Gaz returns from his holiday for those that know Gaz, you'll be shocked to hear, from Vegas. So there you go. Adam says, morning, Jimmy. First one of these I've caught live. For the toothache, I recommend going to chemist and getting Paramol. Doing my painting, it'll be done today. Oh, nice one, pal. Nice one. I think Adam says, Adam messaged me earlier, said he's taking inspiration from our background and he's wanting something similar in his new place. So I'm sure he will let us know what that looks like once it's done. Gaz says, ignore him, pal. Can't believe people can be like this. Keyboard warriors, frustrating for sure. Keep doing you, pal. Thank you, mate. It's not. I don't want to turn daggers on anybody or all like that, but I just think it's genuinely not worth getting into it. So, Gaz, you're a platinum rumbler. You will still, have what I'm able to give. But just on stream, I thought I'm not going to be like I don't want to be like breaking the news because that definitely puts you in the spotlight. But I also don't want to be sort of like, what do you guys think if we might sign Harry Suter? I'd rather do that now than get some of the stick that I'm getting. Because it's unreal, and it will happen. And I'm more than confident it happens, and I think some of you will know why. But then they've already slung the mud, haven't they? So it's just one of them things, unfortunately. Zonny says, if you give info, Jimmy, just give info on members only streams. That's the way, Zonny. That's the way, pal. That's the way to do it. Says, keep your chin up, pal. We'll all be better tomorrow when the toothache is fixed. Yes, it will. That's definitely not helping my mood. Ignore the people. They are people. They are people that are behind a keyboard. Yeah, I know what you mean. Please don't turn this into a feeling sorry for me stream. It's just more of a I'm sick to the back teeth of it. Well, literally, literally. If anybody's seen me stream, I should have known better. Really, it's my fault for even bringing it up, so I don't blame anybody else for asking me about it or anything like that. As soon as you mention something, I know that people are we talk about it all the time, that people are so engrossed in the club and it sort of links so much to their own emotions that they're going to be antsy about it and what's happening here, what's happening there. More fool me for putting it out there that I knew something was going off or I was told something that was going off. So we'll see. Scotty says, morning, pal. Hope you're good. Not worse than toothache, but I know. I was thinking this other day, when you haven't got anything wrong with you, like, stomach ache or a hangover or something like that, you kind of poo-poo it as, oh, well, it's something to note, innit? Toothache is always one that even if you haven't got it, you know that, oh, wow, that's really painful. I've never sort of underestimated the pain of a toothache. But yeah, that's where I am at the minute. I hope it eases up. You do right keeping off X. I'm not opening that this week. Cup this weekend, finally. Footy is back up all the rambles. Thank you, mate. I know. Odds on Didsy scoring on Saturday too. Yeah, I know. Possibly, mate. Possibly. Dino says, morning, Jimmy. Hope you get the toothache sorted. Ignore the haters. We have you back. I know, mate. Thank you. Hyder says, business needs to pick up. Very disappointing window so far. Up the blades, up the ramble. Much love, Jimmy. Fingers crossed for a good week. We'll get a good week, pal. Don't worry. Thanks for all you do, Jimmy. It's well appreciated. Up the ramble. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, pal. Morning, Jimmy. Says, Killian, I'm going with. I've done this before and I still can't remember what we settled on. Killian, I'm going for. I'm sure transfers will hot up this week. I think we spoke about this as well, which might also affect the actual transaction itself. The TV money hits tomorrow, I believe. So that's when people can formally transfer monies and stuff like that. But again, people who only take one sentence or something out of context don't really understand the depth and how it actually works. I don't always understand, and I have good people that explain it to me as well. So I'm not saying I'm more knowledgeable than anybody else. I'm not. I'm just fortunate in the information that I can get and that people are happy for me to share. So, but again, those will be within our small circles going forward, which is the only way I can do it, I think. Meldrew says, morning, pal. Hope you're well. Lovely weather here today. Off to the beach for a day. Nice, mate. Nice. Not to worry about. 9 out of 10. Loving life. Weight down again. 31 pounds now. Oh, he's catching me up. This toothache's done me a favour with keeping me lead on you, Meldrew. I'm on 34 pounds now. I think if I'd have been able to eat this weekend, I'd have maintained it around 31 as well. So it's not a competition, is it, mate? But absolutely well done. Absolutely brilliant, that. Smashing it, Mark. Absolute legend, says Gaz. Absolutely smashing it. Russ says, it's a shame because people want the information and then don't like what they hear sometimes. Such is life. Well, I think they like the information. They just, when it doesn't then happen immediately, it's that's it. It's rubbish and people don't know what they're talking about. So if this all goes wrong, which I certainly don't think it will, then obviously I will be the one to take it on the chin. I'm not going to throw anybody else under the bus. It's not I trust who I speak to, and I know where things are. And as I say, if people knew one of the sources, which I know a couple do, then there would be no panic. But we'll see. And that's not direct to me either. Morning, Jimmy. Says Pete, next week is shut down at work. Been living here. Next week it's shut down at work. Been living. All right, okay, pal. Can't wait for the season to start. Need some signings. Up the ramble, like and subscribe. Thank you, my mate. Hope you're good. Saw your Kim at the training session. Nice to see you. Bean says, I think fans are just frustrated with the club, but they have no way of taking it out on the club directly, so you've become a target indirectly. Keep up the content, Jimmy. Thank you, my mate. Thank you, pal. On a side note, how has us versus Mansfield been picked for TV? Who's watching that doesn't support us or Mansfield? I know. Honestly, I've been looking at some of the... Obviously, I've been setting up some of the games for Jimmy Smith EFL. And some of the games that are picked for TV over... So they have like 12, 30 games now, don't they, on a Saturday? So we'll be doing a lot of those when United aren't playing at home. Because when United are playing at home, then I'll be travelling to the home game to watch it. But if United are away, then I'll do the 3 o'clock United game. But some of the games that have been picked on one or two of the days, like is the 3. So I get to pick the best game of the 3. But it's like Lincoln versus Portsmouth. And no offence to those clubs, but... they're not ones that jump off the page. I don't mind, like Southampton, Portsmouth, brilliant, give me it all day long. But then I know they have to space it out between the clubs, but I think you can get more enticing fixtures than some of the ones that have been picked. So yeah, again, Mansfield versus Sheffield United for the neutral doesn't jump off the page, does it? Martin says, nothing you can do, mate, with toothache. Only a dentist can sort them out. No painkiller will touch it. Hope it goes okay. Has had lots of problems in the past with my teeth, pal. Yeah, I'm struggling a touch. I'm just doing all old tricks that my mum used to tell me to do and stuff like that. So we'll see if I can sort of just ride it out until 4 o'clock tomorrow. Luke says, I'd only find it a disappointing window if we missed out on targets, but do we know who our targets are beyond Suter? Just tuned in. Sorry to hear people are giving you grief. Luke, that's it's par for course, but I should know better and how to navigate it now. Yeah, we know that Calvin Phillips is a target. We know that other people are targets that we've talked about. Again, we'll talk about that probably more on Ramble tonight, pal. But again, notes change from my end. You look well, mate, says Martin. Feel really down about my club, Burnley. Everything else is okay. I'm sorry to hear that, pal. Yeah, I think it was yourself, weren't it, that was saying you thought you might struggle next season. It's slow, isn't it? I think every club, as we'll see with our fan base as well, every club has their frustrations and would like them to be moving quicker. I think unless you're Middlesbrough or anybody else that's moving rapidly in the transfer market and quite aggressively, then every club thinks that they're slowing. Even West Ham fans, because there's been no ins, despite being linked to everybody, there's been no real ins of any magnitude. They'll be going balmy as well. So it's easy to look across at other clubs with envious eyes, but Burnley is still in a good place in terms of the squad that you've got. Took you a little bit longer to get the manager in, and we've descended into football chat as well, haven't we? So sorry. I hope you're well, Martin. I hope you're well. Paolo says, morning, Jimmy. I hope you're okay. I love this morning brew stream. Let's hope we get some quality additions in this week. Cheers for all your info on the Blades. Top shows, pal. Jimmy, you're a top man, mate. Up the Ramble. Up the Blades. Thank you, pal. Luke says, Martin, you lot will be fine. You see, that's from a Blade looking outside into Burnley saying you'll be right. And I think you'll be all right as well. Patience is our friend in this game, Jim, says Russ. Having worked in football, it really opens your eyes to how it all works. All good fun, though. I'm glad you do, pal. I'm glad you get it. I wish more would. Bean says, the club doesn't help itself when they tweet things like business as usual a few weeks ago and nothing happens following it. I think sometimes the club doesn't read the room at all. I agree with that. So you know you can change your name on YouTube, don't you? It says, knowing your luck, Jim, will announce Suter while you're in the dentist. Do not bet against it. Don't bet against it. Bean says, can't wait for the club to tweet something like Penn and it turns out to be Begovic. When are you doing your league table predictions, etc.? I need to crack on with that as well. That's probably something I need to prep this week because it's Carabao Cup this weekend. Probably gives me a chance to have a little bit of a look at what teams are looking like. And then it'll likely be next week. Pal. And Brand says, morning, Jim. Sorry to hear you getting stick. If they don't like or trust you, they shouldn't watch you. Abusing someone gets you nowhere. Yeah, ultimately, yeah. As I say, I don't know many that... Anyway, I'm not going to get too far into it because it'll annoy me and it'll pull me down and I don't want to sort of talk about it. Exactly that. If you don't like what you hear, simply listen elsewhere. No point in going in on someone. Also sad to hear about Franco Baresi passing away. Yes, it was. Obviously, player before my time, but we know all about the greats of the game. And, you know, when a player of that significance passes away, it's always a shame, isn't it? So, okay, right. I'm going to leave it there. I am okay. Sometimes I've come on the last couple of times and it's been really positive because I have been in a really good place and I will soon be back there. Transfer time. I love transfer time because I get excited as a fan, but then it's easily undone when you share your excitement about stuff and then you sort of become the target for that. And I understand how it all works now. I should stop doing that and I will stop doing that. That'll just be going into our little private circles of those that are closest to the channel. But it's so once the Suter and KP deals are done, I'm stepping back from like this is what I've heard, that's what I've heard, all this sort of stuff. You won't get any of that on mainstreams. You can't, because otherwise I'm going to get lynched. And I like to enjoy transfer season, so it's a shame really more than anything else. But overall, I'm really good. And I think if I stop with all this, then I'll return to the place that I was even just a few days ago, to be honest. So let's have a look. Bean says, random question. What's the one food you're missing whilst dieting? I'm doing it at the minute and it's rank. Do you know what, Bean? I don't want to sort of annoy anybody here with this, but I'm not particularly dieting. I'm on. Everybody knows, or will know by now if they follow the channel. I'm on the Oxford Naturals, and I'm also in the gym. with a PT, Finn McNamara at S20, who is really, really good. I can't recommend him enough, to be honest. I know not everybody's in a position to do either thing, really, because supplements cost money as well as PTs. So I'm fortunate that I'm able to go down that route. But all it is for me has been everything within reason. Obviously, I'm not having 3 takeaways a week like I would have done at one stage, but I still have a takeaway every week. And I try and manage my portions a lot better. So, yeah, I'm just eating less. And that's the food supplement from Oxford Natural. I'm eating a lot less this weekend just gone because of the toothache. So that's why I'm 4 pounds lighter than I expected to be. So yeah, it's not really a diet. It's just more of a... That's what they say as well. Both Oxford Natural tell you, and Finn, who's my PT, but also is obviously really experienced in nutrition and things like that, it's got to be a lifestyle change. And what I wanted to do was make it a subtle change. So I'm not saying I'll always have a takeaway. I might do, and that might slow my progress. But I also want any changes I make to be sustainable. I don't want it to be like a harsh change in my lifestyle and then it's all in. I'm eating rabbit food for the rest of my life, because no chance. You've got to get some pleasure in life. So that's what I'm doing, pal. Gaz says, time for the gym for me. Great to watch, pal, and look forward to catching up soon. Yes, my mate, man in black. Cody says, morning, Jimmy. According to Leicester Extra on X, that Martin wants to keep Big H. I'm starting to get worried about Big H signing. I think we need a forward with pace so we can hit on the attack. I'm almost at the point where I'm not going to comment on anything anymore. But don't worry about Harry Suter. From everything I'm being told, you don't have to take what I say as read. I've spoken to somebody again this morning. Leicester are playing a bit of silly beggars with stuff, but nobody involved is concerned. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate, says Russ. Sun is shining, onwards we go. Absolutely right, pal. Well said. Thank you very much. And Zonny just finishes it off. I don't know whether it's going to pull through to it. It does. Exercise is key to it. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I think so too. Bit of everything. What I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of good little things. So I can't tell you one. Somebody's saying like, can you tell me that Oxford Natural is going to make me lose weight? No, I can't. I can't tell you that because I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm walking more, the fact that I'm in the gym, the fact that I'm eating less due to the Oxford Natural, which I'm sure is playing a part. They're all playing a part. The gym work as well is playing a part. So I'm doing a lot of good little changes. It's not just like one big thing. Oh, so he says, exercise is key. Eating good is great, but you will hit a wall after so long. I agree with you. I know you're keeping out of ITK stuff, but have you had any transfer updates over the weekend? No, nothing other than reaffirming what I've already been told. So if that makes sense, people need to realise that Leicester City need the money badly. I'm very confident, very confident. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I will be back tonight on the Blades Ramble with 3 Mardy Blades, myself, Dave the Nose, and Bald and Brilliant Lee. Then we'll be back for a bit of your call, and that is Ramblers only call-in stream. So thank you to everybody that's joined me this morning. Hope you're all good. I will be soon as these boys get signed off and sort of stop giving me a headache about it, get this tooth sorted out. But for now, I'll see you all on the other side.